Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, John. Did
How
you
are you?
see? Hey, wonderful, buddy. Wonderful. Now I know that white stuff. You're not accustomed to that where you are.
It's been a few years.
Hey, John. What's interesting is where I am. We haven't seen snow in 2 years, 3 years, and we had like a half an inch last weekend. And oh my gosh, the meteorologists. I don't watch news much, but I happened to watch a little bit, and it was like they were milking it, man, for that little half an inch. They were absolutely milking it. Hey, listen, before we get started, I'll take some intros. Are you sharing some things tonight?
Yeah, I'll share for just a minute, if
Okay,
that's
all right.
okay.
All right. And if we can just do a few, let me do a few introductions here. Hello. Give me a moment. There we go. All right. Hey, is it Akik? I hope I said that right. Forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong. Hey, Andrew, you doing well today, buddy? Good to see you. And Kat and Carolyn, Deborah, great to have you. Happy New Year, everyone. DJ, good to see you as we see you every week, it seems like. Hey, Gavin and George. Good to have you tonight. Heather's one of our perpetual early birds. She gets here very early, as does Jim Burrow. Jim, how are you doing out there? I know you're out there in California. Prayerfully, you and your family and your possessions are okay out there. Um, Janice, good to have you, and Jason and Jean. Always good to see you, Jean and Joseph. I think Joseph might have been our first person on the Zoom tonight. Hey, Ken and Christy and LK from the great state of Washington, and Mansa, Mary, Pauline, Phil, Rick, Ron Benson from the great state of Kentucky. Hey, Tracy, how are you? With that being said, let me stop the share in case you want to share on your side. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to those of you that may not be familiar with John Austin. He is the lead developer of our billion-dollar mission, and so much of what he has been sharing with us over the past few months has had such a major impact on my life. Um, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk about that tonight. But not sure exactly what John's going to share. I just know it's going to be good. I just know it's going to be good. So, with that being said, here is John Austin, the lead developer of our billion-dollar mission. It's yours, John.
Thank you so much, Professor. And welcome everybody to our Billion Dollar Mind, our Billion Dollar Mission uh, seminar tonight, sharing time. We started out in August, and we actually started by teaching four principles of faith. And we definitely don't want to forget those because the Bible says, whatsoever you ask in faith, believing, you shall receive. So that's an ironclad guarantee, folks. Whatever you ask for in faith, believing, you shall receive. So we need to be, giving some time to exercising faith every day. That can be done through, prayer, through meditation. It's always good to read scriptures and, just keep your minds positive. But there are definitely are four definite keys to faith. The first being gratitude. Um, and gratitude is really the energy or the power behind faith. It's impossible to have faith when you're when you're in a low negative feeling or attitude. If you're staring, problems in the face, and you're trying to, you're trying to keep your mind positive. Uh, Best way to do that is just through gratitude. Start being thankful for everything, and then you also need to realize that problems are an opportunity to exercise faith. How many of us would really take time or even think about exercising faith if we didn't have problems? So, I really look at it this way. God gives us opportunities to have problems so that we'll exercise faith. And the Bible says we can't please God without faith. So it's kind of a cycle, if you will. Um, we exercise faith. We do that through gratitude. That's one of the steps. And of course, it brings us back full circle and helps to keep us positive. The second being vision. The Bible says, write your vision and make it plain. Okay, so vision is really a blueprint. If you're going to build a house, you would have an architect draw a blueprint. That's your vision. And you want all the doors and windows drawn in correctly, exactly how you want the house to look when it's done, so that you will obviously be happy with it. Well, the same thing is true if you're wanting to create something, if you're wanting to attract something, if you're wanting to become something, you want to have a clear vision of what that is. Next, you want to surround yourself with a feeling of that already happening. In the book of Thomas, it says, surround yourself with the feeling of already having that which you're asking for. Surround yourself with the feeling of already having that which you're asking for. And then we want to speak it into existence through affirmation. Affirmation means to make firm from that which is infirm, which is obviously photons of light. Everything in the universe is created up from photons of light. There's a scripture that says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Well, how can you have evidence of something you don't see? You draw a blueprint. Your blueprint is the evidence of a house you can't yet see, or whatever you're writing, your vision, it's the evidence of what you want to create. And then the substance of your creation are photons of light. What we now know from quantum physics is that the heart has an energy field, and when photons of light that are dancing around in random orbit everywhere come into contact with that energy field, they begin to create whatever your heart is feeling. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So we begin to take all these pieces of the puzzle. The scripture is kind of like a treasure map. So we go looking for all these little treasures, pieces of the puzzle, and we put them all together. And that's what we're doing here at Billion Dollar Mission. We're creating a picture out of all the little pieces of the puzzle that we find in the scriptures. You know, every part of your life, including your finances, reflects the assumptions you hold about yourself and what you believe you deserve. Now, if you don't like the life you're experiencing right now, you can change it by reframing your assumptions. So instead of battling against external forces, you can shift your financial reality by changing your core assumptions about wealth. Imagine being able to instantly reset your internal wealth thermostat, allowing abundance to flow naturally into your life. Picture yourself moving through each day with the unshakable belief that you are wealthy, deserving, and that money comes to you easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about fundamentally rewiring the way you experience reality. To truly free yourself from financial limitations, you must first grasp the true nature of money. And what you're about to discover will challenge everything you knew about wealth. Quantum physics has shown us that reality is much more fluid than we ever imagined. Just like particles can exist in multiple states at once, wealth and abundance also exist as potential realities. The version of reality you experience depends on your thoughts and beliefs, which shape what you allow into your life. So, why do many people feel like money is always just out of reach? The answer is simple. It's because our deeply ingrained beliefs, most of us, we were taught that money is scarce, hard to earn, or that only a few people can truly be wealthy. Now, these beliefs create a mental barrier, blocking us from the flow of abundance that's already available to us. Your beliefs, your assumptions about life are what shape your reality. Whatever you ask in faith believing, you shall receive. If you assume that money is scarce, if you believe money is scarce, you'll experience scarcity. But if you assume that wealth is abundant and flows easily to you, that's exactly what you'll begin to see in your life. Start viewing money not as something to chase or hoard, but as a tool, something you can use freely and joyfully, knowing there will always be more. Picture yourself living with the deep, unshakable belief that abundance is your birthright and that you're already aligned with it. That isn't just about positive thinking, it's about fundamentally changing the way you see the world and your place in it. Now, our goal at Billion Dollar Mission is to enable members through tools and training we provide to fundamentally change your reality by changing your assumptions of reality. And when you
Mhm.
join our Billion Dollar Mission, you will immediately have access to a secret script that originally sold for $5,000. Tens of thousands of people around the world have already used this script to create wealth and transform their health, relationships, etc. Now, many people have credited this script with helping them become millionaires and billionaires. Not only can you use this script to create wealth like so many others have done before you, but you can make some now money, wow money, and even legacy money by simply giving away this valuable script to others. Now, perhaps you were introduced to our billion dollar mission by somebody sending you a video talking about this secret script and how to get it. Each member has a personalized link that they can share with their friends that will allow them to also get this link. And I think you're showing that to us right now, Professor. Is that right?
I am. I am. So
So
you would
right
simply go to
there,
your back
go
office
ahead.
and under, I'm sorry, John.
No, go ahead and explain it.
You would go into your back office. So those of you that are guests visiting with us, you'll get back with the person that shared tonight's sharing with you. Ask them to get you their invitation link. You come in absolutely free, okay? And the script, by the way, that John is talking about is up here. All right, secret script PDF. There's also an audio that walks you through that script. And then for those of you that want to give that content away, you would come to marketing tools, landing pages, and then this video here, video that will change your life forever. And it's a 13-minute video. It is a very powerful video. And John, I don't know what the numbers are, but I would dare say the very large number of a percentage of people that actually watch this video wind up saying, I want to get access to this secret phrase, this secret script. And then when they click on to this link here, they would then be taken to your registration page. I'm signed in as Sue Average. They would come into your registration page. They can get access to the script, and then they can find out more about what our billion dollar mission offers them. Back to you, John.
Thank you. So I believe that anybody who is interested either in changing themselves or changing their circumstances will follow through and get the script. It just makes sense, and it really is that powerful. Now you have to understand, folks, it took you a lifetime to get where you are today, and you're not going to change that overnight, okay? You're not going to change it overnight. So you have to commit yourself to being consistent. Consistency is the most important thing. You have to be consistent. You have to do this every day.
Mhm.
So, decide what it is you want and write it down. And then decide what you're willing to give for that, which is obviously going to include using this script daily, numbers of times daily. You want to memorize that, what you want, what you're going to give for it, and you want to repeat that several times a day. Okay, so It's about changing you. In order for your life to change, your circumstances to change, you have to change. We've been told this over and over again. So what you need to do is focus on changing you. And the way you do that, you change your thoughts, which changes your feelings, which eventually changes your habits, which eventually changes your character, which eventually changes your outcome, your reality. Okay, so get plugged in, continue to come to our meetings. I think every time you come, you're going to walk away with something. You're going to pick up some new idea, some nugget that will encourage you to continue to move forward on the path that's going to turn you into the person, make you become the person that you want to be, give you the things that you want to have. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Professor.
Thanks a lot, John. I told you, you're going to get something. You're always going to get something very powerful. And you might hear John say the same thing next week, but because you're starting to transform yourselves, one of my mentors would say this. He said, you can tell that you're growing when you see something, um, when you hear something old or you see something old, but then you see something new. So I heard John say that before, but boy, it resonated with me in a way that it hadn't resonated with me before. All right, so you heard John talk about the four pillars of faith: gratitude, vision, and then taking time each day to really feel what it would feel like when we are the person that we are looking to become, or when we obtain the thing that we are looking to obtain. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to my mentor from afar. I love this gentleman, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I listen to hours of his content on a weekly basis. And we may not watch all of this because of the time, but it was right lockstep with what John's been sharing with us about the four pillars of faith. And these are things that you and I can do to begin to change our internal compass, our internal map. Particularly, John, when you were talking about some of those limiting beliefs when it comes to money. My mom's no longer here. All right, remarkable woman. But I grew up hearing this so much. Money don't grow on trees. And usually it was when I was asking her for something. Would you buy me this? Would you buy me that? Well, money doesn't grow on trees. So I had to break through, and I'm sure there still are some breakthroughs that I have to go through as it relates to money, abundance, health, relationships, things of that nature. So let's listen to a few minutes here of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Here we go.
Now, in this very moment, you have the power to change your life. You are the creator of your reality. And today we're going to talk about how to tap into that incredible power within you. It all starts with two simple words: relax and trust. Think about it. How often do we spend our days rushing around, stressed out, worried about what might happen? We're constantly on edge, trying to control everything around us. But what if I told you that the key to getting everything you want is actually to let go? That's right. The secret to manifesting your desires, to creating the life of your dreams, is to relax and trust. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But it's a profound truth that can transform your entire existence. When you relax, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Your mind becomes clear, your body becomes calm, and you create space for miracles to happen. And when you trust, you align yourself with the natural flow of life. You stop fighting against the current and start moving with it. When you use the really exciting part, when you combine relaxation and trust with expectation, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to see results, not in some distant future, but right here, right now, today. So many of us have been conditioned to believe that change takes time, that we need to work hard, struggle, and suffer before we can achieve our goals. But what if I told you that's not true? What if I told you that you can expect miracles to happen the same day you set your intention? It might sound too good to be true, but I've seen it happen time and time again. I've witnessed people heal from chronic illnesses, manifest their dream jobs, find their soulmates, all in a matter of days or even hours. And it all started with them deciding to relax, trust, and expect great things to happen. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Joe, I've tried positive thinking before. I've tried visualizing. It didn't work for me. And I hear you. I really do. But here's the thing. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts or visualizing it's about feeling it. It's about embodying the reality you desire right now in this very moment. When you truly relax and trust, you enter a state of being where anything is possible. Your body releases tension, your mind becomes clear, and you tap into a field of infinite potential. In this state, you're no longer separate from your desires. You become one with them. And here's where expectation comes in. When you expect something to happen, you're not hoping for it or wishing for it. You're knowing it. You're living as if it's already happened. And that's when the universe starts to respond. You see, the universe doesn't understand the difference between what's happening in your outer world and what's happening in your inner world. When you can create the feeling of having what you want before it actually manifests in your physical reality, that's when you become a true creator. So how do we do this? How do we relax, trust, and expect miracles to happen today? It all starts with your thoughts and your energy. Every thought you think sends out a signal to the universe. It's like dropping a pebble in a pond. The ripples spread out, affecting everything around you. When you think thoughts of lack, of fear, of worry, you're sending out a signal that creates more of those experiences in your life. But when you choose to think thoughts of abundance, of love, of possibility, you're creating a whole different reality. You're tuning into a different frequency, one where miracles are not only possible, but expected. And it's not just about your thoughts. It's about your energy, your vibration. Every emotion you feel is sending out a signal to the universe. When you feel stressed, anxious, or frustrated, you're vibrating at a low frequency. But when you can relax, when you can trust, when you can feel joy and gratitude even before your desires manifest, that's when you're vibrating at a frequency that attracts miracles. So how do we shift our thoughts and our energy? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling throughout the day. Notice when you're caught up in stress or worry, and then make a conscious choice to shift. Take a deep breath. Feel your body relax, and then ask yourself, what would I be thinking right now if I truly believed that everything was working out perfectly for me? How would I feel if I knew that my desires were already on their way to me? This is where meditation comes in. When you meditate, you create space between your thoughts. You step out of the constant chatter of your mind and into a place of peace and possibility. In this space, you can start to reprogram your subconscious mind. Even before your desires manifest, that's when you're vibrating at a frequency that attracts miracles. So how do we shift our thoughts and our energy? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling throughout the day. Notice when you're caught up in stress or worry, and then make a conscious choice to shift. Take a deep breath. Feel your body relax, and then ask yourself, what would I be thinking right now if I truly believed that everything was working out perfectly for me? How would I feel if I knew that my desires were already on their way to me? This is where meditation comes in. When you meditate, you create space between your thoughts. You step out of the constant chatter of your mind and into a place of peace and possibility. In this space, you can start to reprogram your subconscious mind. You see, most of our thoughts and behaviors are controlled by our subconscious mind. It's like an autopilot that's been programmed by our past experiences, our beliefs, our environment. But when we meditate, we can access this subconscious mind and start to change the program. In meditation, you can visualize your desired reality. But remember, it's not just about seeing it in your mind's eye. It's about feeling it with every cell of your body. What would it feel like to have perfect health? What would it feel like to be financially abundant? What would it feel like to be in a loving, supportive relationship? As you sit in meditation, allow yourself to fully embody these feelings. Let them wash over you. Let them fill you up. And as you do this, you're literally changing your brain chemistry. You're creating new neural pathways that support your new reality. But here's the can't. Just do this once and expect miracles to happen. This needs to become a daily practice. Every day, take time to relax, to trust, to expect great things. Make it as much a part of your routine as brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. And as you do this, pay attention to the signs around you. The universe is always communicating with us, always guiding us towards our highest good. But so often we're too busy, too stressed, too caught up in our own thoughts to notice. When you relax and trust, you become more attuned to these signs. You start to notice synchronicities, those little coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. Maybe you think of someone and they call you moments later, or you keep seeing the same number everywhere you look, or you overhear a conversation that gives you exactly the information you need. These are all signs that you're on the right track. They're confirmations from the universe that it's heard your desires and is working to bring them to you. But you have to be open to receiving them. You have to trust that they're there. Brings us to another important point. Gratitude, when you're grateful for what you already have, you open yourself up to receiving more. It's like telling the universe, hey, I really appreciate everything you've given me. I'm ready for more. So make gratitude a part of your daily practice. Every morning when you wake up, before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. Feel the gratitude in your body, let it fill you up, and then carry that feeling with you throughout your day. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. But Joe, what about action? Don't we need to do something to make our dreams come true? And you're absolutely right. Action is important, but it's not about forcing things to happen or struggling against the current. When you're relaxed, when you're trusting, when you're expecting great things to happen, the right actions will become clear to you. You'll feel inspired to take certain steps. You'll be in the right place at the right time to meet the right people. Opportunities will present themselves to you. This is what I call inspired action. It's not about pushing and striving. It's about flowing with the natural current of life. It's about following your intuition, trusting your gut, and taking steps that feel right to you. And you're taking inspired action. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like play. It feels like you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. And that's when miracles start to happen. Now, let's talk about expectation. This is where so many people trip up. They say they want something, but deep down, they don't really believe it's possible for them. They have doubts, fears, limiting beliefs that hold them back. But when you truly expect something to happen, when you know it in your bones, that's when the universe moves mountains to make it happen. And the key to expectation is to detach from the outcome. What do I mean by that? Well, when we're attached to a specific outcome, we're often coming from a place of lack. We're saying, I need this to happen or else I won't be happy. And that energy of need, of desperation, actually pushes our desires away from us. But when we can detach from the outcome, when we can say, I'd love for this to happen, but I know that whatever happens is for my highest good, that's when we open ourselves up to receive even more than we could have imagined. So expect great things to happen, but hold that expectation lightly. Trust that the universe has a plan for you that's even better than what you can conceive with your limited human mind. And remember, expectation isn't about waiting for something to happen in the future. It's about living as if it's already happened. It's about bringing the future into the present moment. So often we put our happiness on hold. We say, I'll be happy when I get that job, or I'll feel successful when I make a certain amount of money, or I'll feel loved when I find the right partner. But the truth is, you can feel all of those things right now. You can feel successful before you make your first million. You can feel love before you meet your soulmate. You can feel healthy before the physical symptoms disappear. And when you can create those feelings within yourself, that's when you become a magnet for the experiences that match those feelings. This is what it means to live in the end result. It's about embodying the version of yourself that already has everything you desire. How would that version of you think? How would they feel? How would they carry themselves? How would they speak? Start living as that version of yourself today. Don't wait for external circumstances to change. Be the change you want to see in your life. Now, I know this might sound challenging. I know it might feel like a big leap from where you are now to where you want to be. But remember, you don't have to make this leap all at once. You can start small. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine yourself living your ideal life. Feel the feelings associated with that life. Let them fill your body. And then when you open your eyes, carry those feelings with you into your day. As you do this consistently, you'll start to notice changes. Maybe at first it's just small things. You feel a little more peaceful. You handle stress a little better. You notice more moments of joy throughout your day. But as you continue this practice, as you make it a regular part of your life, you'll start to see bigger changes. Opportunities will start to present themselves. People will be drawn to your energy. Things that used to bother you won't affect you as much. And before you know it, you'll look around and realize that your life has transformed. Not because you struggled and pushed and forced things to happen, but because you relaxed, trusted, and expected great things to come to you. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we talk about manifesting our desires. Some people worry that it's selfish to focus on what we want. They think that wanting more for ourselves somehow takes away from others. But here's the truth. When you raise your vibration, when you create a better life for yourself, you raise the vibration of everyone around you. Your joy, your success, your abundance doesn't take away from anyone else. In fact, it inspires others to reach for more in their own lives. Think about it. When you're around someone who's happy, confident, and successful, how does it make you feel? Doesn't it make you believe that more is possible for you too? That's the ripple effect of raising your own vibration. So don't hold back. Don't dim your light. The world needs you to be your best, most abundant, most joyful self. Because when you're living at your highest potential, you inspire others to do the same. Now, let's talk about something that often gets in the way of us relaxing, trusting, and expecting great things. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. These fears can keep us stuck, can keep us playing small. It's just a thought. It's not real. It's a projection of the mind based on past experiences or imagined future scenarios. And just as you can choose to think thoughts of lack or abundance, you can choose whether or not to believe your fears. When fear comes up, and it will, don't try to fight it or push it away. Instead, acknowledge it. Thank it for trying to protect you, and then choose to focus on trust instead. Choose to believe that no matter what happens, you have the strength and resilience to handle it. Remember, every time you choose trust over fear, you're rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways that support your new empowered reality. And speaking of the brain, let's talk about neuroplasticity for a moment. This is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. What this means is that your brain is constantly changing based on your thoughts, experiences, and behaviors. When you consistently practice relaxation, trust, and positive expectation, you're literally changing the structure of your brain. You're creating new neural pathways that support these states of being. And the more you practice, the stronger these pathways become. This is why consistency is so important. It's not about having one great meditation session or one day where you feel really positive. It's about making these practices a regular part of your life. It's about choosing again and again to focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when people start this work. They'll say, but Joe, I've tried to think positively before and nothing changed. And I hear you, I really do. But here's what I want you to understand. This work isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. You see, your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions, and your actions create your results. So if you're thinking positive thoughts but still feeling fearful or doubtful, your actions will reflect that fear and doubt, and your results will match. That's why it's so important to not just think about what you want, but to feel it, to embody it, to live as if it's already your reality. Because when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all aligned, that's when you become unstoppable. This work isn't about forcing yourself to feel happy all the time. It's not about denying your negative emotions or pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's about acknowledging where you are, accepting it, and then consciously choosing where you want to go from there. If you're feeling sad or angry or frustrated, allow yourself to feel those emotions. Don't try to push them away, but also don't get stuck in them. Feel them, acknowledge them, and ask yourself, what would I rather feel instead, and how can I move towards that feeling? This is where the power of choice comes in. In every moment, you have the power to choose your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. You have the power to choose what you focus on, and what you focus on expands. So focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Focus on where you're going, not on where you've been. Focus on what's possible, not on what's limiting you. And remember, this isn't about ignoring reality or living in denial. It's about understanding that your perception creates your reality. Two people can look at the exact same situation and see completely different things based on their mindset and beliefs. So choose to see the good, choose to see the opportunities, choose to see the lessons in every experience. Because when you do that, you open yourself up to a whole new world of possibilities. Now, let's talk about energy for a moment.
All right, folks, I tell you what, that's a little more than halfway through. I wanted to end tonight with going back to the script. Going back to the script, give me just a moment here. We're going to go back through the script, and we're going to actually have John try to give us a guided meditation. John, I'm going to use the recording that you did a couple weeks back. This is a great way to employ the script into your life on a daily basis. So what I'm loving doing now is utilizing this as a part of my meditative practice. All right, so I'm going to put up a nice video for those of you who actually will have your eyes open. For those of you that want to meditate with your eyes closed, feel free to do that as well. I'm going to do what this young lady is doing here. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to deeply breathe in through my nostrils. I'm going to hold it for just a few seconds at the top. And then I'm going to exhale very slowly. And as I'm doing that, I want to exhale and push out any negative thoughts, negative emotions, and just allow my body to relax. I want to retrain my body that my body is not in control. The spirit person, the person that is a part of God. I believe that we're all created in God's image and God's likeness. The spirit person, the godness in me is in control. Too long have I allowed the body to control. Now I want to put my body under subjection, and by focusing in on the script and hearing that script played over and over and over again. And while I'm hearing John with the script, with my eyes closed, I'm also thinking about who it is I want to become, or focus in maybe on one thing that you want to manifest. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that. Give me just a moment. I'm going to come off camera. Let me find the music with John. Give me just a moment here. Make sure
I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way.
Right, so
Shalom.
Let me make sure. Here with me. Let me make sure that everyone will be able to hear that. Okay, got that. And we'll end with this, friends. We'll do this for about 5 minutes or so. So. Bear with me. What's going on here? There we go.
I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently every day and in every way. Shalom. I'm so grateful that money now comes to me easily, effortlessly.
Okay, beautiful people. How about we end with having a conversation with the Most High and asking for blessings of safety and protection for our loved ones, for ourselves, our loved ones, and a gentle nudge from Spirit when we have thoughts that are in direct contradiction to what we really want to manifest. Most High, we are grateful for your loving kindness, your goodness, your mercy. And even though things may not seem optimal, we trust in you. We put our faith, our confidence, our trust that what your will for us is much greater than anything that we could imagine. We stand on the writings in Psalms 139 that you go before us and you follow us, because you're there to make the way before us, and you're there to pick us up when we make wrong choices and make wrong turns. Later on, you say in that our lives were in your book before we got here. And so we just believe that no matter what we see, that you have our back, and that all things work together for our good because you love us. Father, we do pray for your safety, your protection as we go throughout the week. Protect our love, protect our lives, protect our loved ones, protect our possessions, protect our mind. And again, thank you for that gentle reminder when we have a negative thought and we dwell on that negative thought to quickly transform our thought life in the speed of thought to something that is valuable, to something that's praiseworthy, to something that's elicits the type of emotions, the type of good feelings that we desire to have and to feel. We thank you for hearing us. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. We love each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. On Tuesday night, we will be on a different platform called Meetin', and we will share about the Our Billion Dollar Mission model for those of you that are looking to increase your things in your financial life. We will share a very strong messaging about that and how OBDM, Our Billion Dollar Mission, Joseph and James and Phil and Deborah and George and Lyndon can assist you in that. We love each and every one of you. Let's transform this world together, starting with yours. John, did you have anything you want to say? I'm sorry for not extending that to you. Have anything you want to say before we call it a night?
No, I've got some background noise here, but just appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to be here. God bless. We'll see you next week.